Inside Out 2 added a ton of new characters to Riley's psyche, including anxiety, ennui, embarrassment, and envy. But my personal favorite new addition happened to be the 3 secrets that Riley had hidden in the deepest part of her mind, specifically that big guy. Deep Dark Secret was a mystery up until the very final moments of the movie, literally. It wasn't until the post-credits scene that we got to see what Riley's Deep Dark Secret actually was, and it turns out that it may have revealed more about Riley than anyone expected. Now, it shouldn't be too surprising that Riley's Deep Dark Secret is slowly becoming a fan-favorite character, even before we learned what the big secret was. DDS was the only reason Joy and the other core 5 were able to escape their bottled prison in the first place. As you know, Joy, disgust, fear, sadness, and anger were all locked away by anxiety because she felt like they were too simple of emotions to actually provide Riley with any help, since she's older and requires more complex emotions. So to keep them out of the way, anxiety told her massive co-worker Embarrassment to bottle them up and put them into the deepest, darkest corner of Riley's mind. It's there that they met other emotions, or secrets, that have been locked or suppressed deep inside the young girl's mind. This included a cartoon that Riley was ashamed that she still liked, despite it being a show meant for young children. But hey, we've all been there, haven't we? It also included a fantasy-esque video game character that Riley was ashamed to admit she had a crush on. Again, that's not strange for a young person, and I'm sure a lot of people could relate to this part of the movie, which is exactly what made it so funny. The most interesting character in this vault in Riley's mind, though, was much larger and much more mysterious. Dubbed Riley's deepest, darkest secret, this massive hooded figure kept its distance from the rest of the group for the most part. But when Joy and the other core emotions needed it most, Deep Dark Secret actually ended up being the one who freed them from the jar that they were trapped in. As you know, from that point on, Joy and the core 5 emotions worked to save Riley from anxiety and help her embrace who she really was. This didn't keep us all from wanting to know what the Deep Dark Secret really was, though, and thankfully Pixar answered that with the post-credit scene of Inside Out 2. While the mid-credit scene mainly focused on Riley's parents and their internal reaction to Riley making the hockey team, the post-credit scene at the very end of the movie revealed this secret that we had all waited for. Much like the fans viewing from the movie theater, Joy couldn't help but wonder what Riley's deepest, darkest secret was, so when all was said and done, she decided to make her way back to the vault. It was there that she approached the Deep Dark Secret, and after a brief conversation, it revealed the truth. Through a stammering and nervous tone, the Deep Dark Secret revealed that at some point in Riley's adolescence, she had burned a hole in the rug. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's not too bad, and Joy would agree, as she lovingly said that she was worried the secret was that they'd peed in the pool. But what if there was more to this seemingly harmless secret than Pixar and Riley's Deep Dark Secret wanted fans to think? That's right, there's a possibility that Riley setting her family's rug on fire might not have been an accident, which could mean we have a little pyromaniac on our hands. No, I'm just kidding. I doubt it's anything that bizarre, but there is a chance that Riley lit that fire out of curiosity. You see, the first major hint that Riley's Deep Dark Secret wasn't as harmless as accidentally lighting a rug on fire is the fact that she kept it a secret. I mean, if it was an accident, even if she was afraid of getting in trouble, I doubt that the secret would be as big as it was in the movie. I'm talking about its literal size, too. Deep Dark Secret was massive compared to the other characters in the movie, including Embarrassment, to whom they have a connection, but I'll get into that more in a moment. Because of Deep Dark Secret's size, it made me feel like the secret was going to be something much bigger than what the post-credit scene revealed. If you think about it though, if Riley intended to start the fire on the rug and either got caught or got scared, then her mind might have made a bigger deal out of it. On top of that, this secret was so big and bad that even Joy didn't know about it, and Joy was Riley's first emotion. That means that the event of burning the rug happened before Joy was formed when Riley was a baby, which wouldn't make sense. Or Joy and the other core emotions didn't remember it because Riley did such a good job of repressing it. This again would imply that it wasn't an accident, because if she had set the rug on fire by accident, fear likely would have stopped the fire somehow or gotten help, which would have alerted Riley's parents. And if Riley's parents knew that it was an accident, they likely wouldn't have done anything to make their daughter feel like she did something bad that she would have needed to keep from them. Rather, they probably would have just explained to her what happened, why the rug caught fire, and why she should make sure not to do that anymore. However, if Riley started the fire on purpose, again, fear would have taken over so that she didn't get caught or in trouble and help to put the fire out. But because they all knew that Riley did something bad, there's a chance that they would have all worked to hide the Deep Dark Secret away. Now, I know that some kids are fascinated by fire and the uncontrollable uncontrolled movement of flames, but Riley didn't seem like the type of person to be into such a chaotic situation. At least not until I saw some of her behavior throughout Inside Out 2. Once again, I want to reiterate that I don't think Riley was or is a bad person, and her actions throughout Inside Out 2 were common things that kids her age tend to do and experiment with. However, I don't think we should overlook the fact that not only did she quickly ditch her closest friends to hang out with new people simply because she perceived them as being cooler kids, but she also was shown stealing at one point in the movie, which is not cool, and something that might reflect on her character in a big and possibly negative way. Whether she stole out of malice or was simply trying to look cool doesn't excuse the behavior or take away the fact that it showed that Riley had a rebellious side to her, or at the very least, a curious side of her that may have wanted to see whether or not she could start a fire with a rug. Spoiler alert, she was able to do that. Now, let's take another look at the deep dark secret itself. You know how I said Riley may have been rebellious? Well, her deep dark secret definitely was. As you saw in the movie, even though it was clearly doing its best to keep itself hidden, the deep dark secret was the character who actually saved the core 5 emotions. Well, this was a great thing for the secret to do. It's hard to deny that it clearly wasn't supposed to do that. I mean, if you see something locked away in a jar and placed into a massive vault-like room, your first thought probably isn't, oh, I should open that for sure. No, it's, I should probably not touch that. Well, deep dark secret touched it and freed Riley's core 5 emotions. Again, that was a great thing, but hard to deny that it was a rebellious act and might indicate that deep dark secret was born through what may have been an act of rebellion as Riley lit the rug on fire. Now, if that wasn't enough, did you happen to catch an odd attachment that not just deep dark secret, but all of Riley's secrets had with one of the new emotions that were occupying her control center? Every single one of Riley's secrets that were locked away in that vault was associated with embarrassment, which could mean a lot of things for her deepest, darkest secret. Think about it. While the first 2 secrets might be more obvious, everyone in that vault was connected to embarrassment. Riley was embarrassed that she liked the children's cartoon with the animated dog character, which is why the character was locked away in the back of her mind. And the same thing can be said for the video game character. Riley was embarrassed by the thought of anyone finding out that she had a crush on a character that was not only a fake character, but also came from a video game. Not only were these characters related to the idea of embarrassment, but there's a chance that they were all even locked away by the emotion himself. I mean, if anxiety asked embarrassment to lock away the core 5 emotions in the vault, then who's to say that embarrassment wasn't the one who locked all the secrets away? Not to mention the fact that embarrassment would be the only emotion big enough to even move the deep dark secret. Now, if, once again, Riley started that fire in the rug by accident like Pixar seemed to imply, then there's no reason that she should be embarrassed by it, which means it wouldn't belong in that vault with the other secrets of that nature. On the other hand, if Riley started the fire on purpose, then she might have had a reason to feel that way. You see, Riley's a smart character, there's no denying that, which means she would know that starting a fire, even one out of curiosity, was the wrong thing to do. Perhaps she even realized how unhealthy a fixation with something as destructive as fire could be, which would lead her to feel embarrassed by her actions. Now, as you know, the theme of Inside Out and Inside Out 2 was all about how our mind uses emotions to protect us and help everyone navigate through life in their own personal way. So it would make sense if Riley began having a fixation on something toxic or unhealthy like fire, that her emotions would do everything they could to make her stay away from it, whether it be by using fear to make her afraid of fire, or maybe even using an emotion like embarrassment to lock the deep dark secret away until it was hopefully forgotten about. No matter how you shape it, it's clear that Riley was embarrassed by the fact that she started a fire on one of her family's rugs, but it's hard not to wonder if she did indeed do it on purpose. What do you think, though? Was Riley a little fire starter as a child? Or was her deep dark secret just an accident that she was too embarrassed to ever think about? Be sure to let me know in the comments below.